Coach, whenever you're ready.
Okay, a very good win for our team. I'm very proud of our staff and our players. A lot of times it's how you win that's very important, and we overcame a lot of adversity. They're a very talented team. This atmosphere is as good as it gets in our league, from a fan standpoint. A lot of ups and downs, but the bottom line is our team kept dealing with adversity and finding a way to fight through. A couple things that really stood out to me was, the block punt for a touchdown right before half. I thought that was huge, and that gave us some momentum because that first half was extremely challenging, and there was a lot of things going wrong. I think we had a fake field goal, and we got called for a hold. We had a blocked field goal right after that, and they had some momentum. I thought that was big, and then really in the second half, really the thing that stood out to me was, our defense holding them down there inside the 10-yard line, and then our offense going 96 yards, and I was very proud of our team for doing that. Kerryon Johnson had another big-time game. I think he continually shows why he's one of the best running backs in the country, not just our league. And I thought our quarterback played extremely well because they're one of the best teams in the country at rushing the passer, and he was under some duress early. We had some offensive linemen that gave it a shot, tried to play, and then after a couple of series felt like they just couldn't do it. And I'm real proud of our offensive line that we had other guys. Marquell Harrell came back in, Taggett came back in, and we had another balanced day offensively. Our defense did a good job. Anytime you have to prepare for two quarterbacks, it's a little bit of a challenge, but overall, very good win. As far as that goes. Questions?
Can you talk about second game in a row? Second half was big for you guys.
Yeah, second half, and we had some explosive plays, in the pass game. Darius Slayton really came up big on some big plays and really helped us with some big plays.
Gus, they've given up a lot of big plays. Was that kind of a conscious effort, knowing that we got to take some shots down the field?
Chip really wanted to go put the ball down the field. He thought we could run by him, and so that was a big part of the plan. And mixing in the run enough, and like I said, I thought he had a good plan, and I thought our guys executed well.
Gus, Kerryon in particular in the second half, third quarter had 10 carries, had a really critical catch on a 3rd and 7 and 11-yard catch there on one of the last touchdown drives. Just what was it about his second half that he was able to seemingly take over?
He just feels that the special players, they feel it when the game's on the line. He protect the football. I think we had 0 turnovers again. He just felt it. He willed himself, and y'all saw it. I mean, they got good tacklers, good defensive guys. He was breaking tackles. He was running over people, and he just willed himself.
You guys go down the field, score that touchdown right before the end of the half, and you called it 2 timeouts. What was the discussion like? Who was all involved with that to make a decision? Let's see if we can do something.
No, we've been talking about blocking punts for the last 2 weeks. Last year we came extremely close, and Coach Horton and his special team staff really worked hard. This week we put some different personnel out there, and we went after it early, and they got off in 1.6. I mean, they really got off, and so we just felt like that was a great opportunity to do that. And Nick Ruffin made a big-time play. And, we talk about seniors stepping up in big games and making big-time plays, and that was a huge play in the game. It just kind of changed the whole momentum of the game going into halftime.
Did it remind you at all of 2014 when they blocked your field goal at home and they returned for a touchdown, the momentum swung their way?
Yeah, I thought about that this week. That was a huge play in the game, and that and the fumble down there on the 1 or 2 were 2 huge plays. But you got to give them credit. I mean, I think they blocked two field goals. I think we blocked 1 punt, and I'm not sure if we blocked the second one or if it hit one of their players. But we put enough pressure on them to get them thinking, and so they're a good team.
How does it change the emotion on the sideline, Gus? When you guys are down 13-7, they settle for a field goal with about 2:40 to go, and about 2 minutes and change later, you guys are up at the half, 21-13. Just what does it change in the side 2 minutes?
I think that was, especially, we drove down there and scored. I mean, that was great, okay? But for us to have that field goal, that's as good as it gets, right before halftime, just gave us the momentum.
Coach, what has it been like to see the transformation of Derek Brown? Not only has been able to fill Montrez out of his shoes and control the gap, but really just be this huge leader on defense, especially in a game like today.
Yeah, he did a great job. I think our whole defensive line did a good job, and they've done that all year, and they play together as a unit. The linebackers play with them with the run fits and everything that goes with it, and actually our defense has played well all year.
Gus, you said Markell and Taggett. You guys kind of took off when they got in the game. What was it about those 2 guys?
Yeah, they played at Arkansas, and we had one of our best offensive outputs of the year, if not the best. And then when they went in there, we started rolling. I just said it says a lot about our depth. This is the first time I can remember, coaching at any level that we've had this many new starting lineups and this many new pieces. And for us to play against a good defense and do well says a lot about Coach Hand. It says a lot about our depth up front.
Jarrett started 10-10 passing, no big plays, but he was sacked a couple times, looked a little shaky. What settled him down there to where you guys were able to connect down the field?
Yeah, like I said, we had a couple guys that tried to give it a shot, tried to play, and so I think it's a combination of all the above. They got a little pressure, they were juiced up, the crowd was into it. I'm impressed with our crowd, 11 o'clock, I mean, they were rocking, and but he settled down, and our guys kind of settled down, and we had some explosive plays in the pass game.
What do you think was the key to your defensive stand there early in the fourth quarter that when they got stopped?
Yeah, I think it's just the urgency. We talked about, a championship urgency. This time of year, the championship teams we've had have found ways to raise their level. And the defense did that in that area, in that spot right there, and then the offense followed it up. And just from a head coach's standpoint, I mean, that makes you feel real good, from the standpoint that your whole team, the defense did it when the game was on the line, and it could have got really interesting. They scored, and then the offense put the game away, with that 96-yard drive. So that's really what stood out to me that I'll be thinking about this game, for a long time to come.
How valuable is a guy like Stephen Roberts? I mean, you're free safety, and he's on Christian Kirk a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Having a guy like that,
Yeah,
how
I'll go
important?
that. He covered Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk, he's the best special teams player, that I've seen. And he's a great player, great receiver. And, Stephen had a good punt return too. And he's on a lot of special teams now. He was covering punts. And how about our punter now? I mean, there was a lot of stress that goes into dealing with Christian Kirk's back there. And he had a great day. Not a good day, but a great day for a walk-on freshman. And I'm real proud of him. And I thought Daniel Carlson had a very good day too.
The opportunity's obviously there now for you guys to continue winning and maybe get to the SEC championship. You're going against a Georgia team you haven't beaten since 13. They're #1 in the country. Just how big is this coming away for you?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take it one game at a time. It's a big game, and every year's different. Okay, so every year's different. I really like our team. I mean, they're a good team. We got them at home. I know they'll be looking forward to it. I know we'll be looking forward to it. I want my players to enjoy this one. I told them enjoy this one. Once we get back to Auburn, we'll think about that.
Because with the running back depth this year, it almost looks like you're using guys like Ryan Davis and Eli as glorified runs on first down. The short passing game can get you.
Yeah, it kind of goes back, Chip RPO world. We talked about that, and Chip's doing a good job of getting the ball to those guys on the perimeter to make plays. And those two guys you just talked about, they're electric now when they have the ball in their hands. And there's some pretty good blocking on the perimeter too.
Can you talk about the 2 field goals got blocked? That's pretty unusual to say
Yeah,
the least.
real unusual. We've got some things we got to correct. I mean, that's unacceptable. And yeah, they're good and all that, but that's unacceptable. And then of course our kickoff team, we got to do a better job. I mean, that's unacceptable too. So that's the 2 areas that we'll really focus on, this week.
It seems like in all these wins of yours that at some point, like midway through the third quarter, your balance kind of meets. The rushing yards catch up to the passing yards catch up. Why do you think that is?
That's kind of who we are right now. Each year you're a little bit different, and you try to play to your strengths. And right now we're at our best when we're balanced. And Chip understands that, and he's the one that that's what he's brought in to do. And we're at our best when we're doing that. And I think he's done a really good job with the offense.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank you.